Happy Wednesday, third grade. I have another article for us to read today. So you might have remembered back a couple weeks ago, we had some strong tornadoes kind of moving through our area, didn't we? Well, on Easter weekend, which is also just a couple of weeks ago, there were some states in the south of our country, here in the United States. Some of the states down south got hit by a really hard hand of tornadoes moved through some of those states and caused a lot of damage. So today you're going to be reading an article about some of those storms that moved through on Easter weekend. And a tornado can be rough as it is, especially if it causes a lot of damage. But now being in the middle of a pandemic where we're all trying to stay home and be careful against COVID-19 makes it even harder. So I'm going to move the camera to my screen here. If you click on the link, should take you back to the article. This is going to be page 2. There's a picture. You can see those trees are going to be kind of twisted there, and it says Easter Storms is just the title. So again, page 2, if I scroll up, that's our cover page. There's the first article you're going to see. So the Easter Storms is over here. If you'd like to, you can read this little column here. It's going to be talking about something else. We'll get there in just a minute. But I mainly want you to focus on, at least for right now, this short little article about the Easter storm. So you're going to see the states down here, if you can see where my cursor is. They hit Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, and other states kind of down in that south area. You may have known somebody who lives in those states or who may have been affected by some of those tornadoes. So it's going to talk about why just being in the middle of this COVID pandemic made things even harder. And if you'd like to keep reading, over here there's a kind of skinny little article. It says vaccines, is that kind of tricky word there, vaccines and progress. It's going to talk about people who are trying to develop a vaccine for COVID-19. A vaccine, think of like a shot that's going to help prevent you from getting sick. So think each year, if you go and you happen to get a flu shot, that's a vaccine. It's meant to keep you from getting sick. When you're a baby and when you're really young, you got some more vaccines to help keep you from getting sick when you got older. Now people are trying to develop one for COVID-19 to keep more people from getting sick. So you can read about that and see what you think, see how the progress is going on that. So going back to the Easter storms, how I would like you to respond today after you read about it, I want you to answer this question. Why do you think it's important to read and learn about storms like these, even if you're not in one of the areas that's affected? So think about it. Us in Indiana, we did not get tornadoes over Easter weekend, but there's people in those states, and you may even know people who live in those states or close by who were affected by them. So why would it be important for us to read about weather like this, even if we weren't directly affected by it, or even if we lived in a part of the country that wasn't affected by it? That's how I'd like you to respond today.